Just letting you know, this is only my spoiler first impressions of the episode. Check my pinned comment for a free gift related to this video. And to watch my unfiltered reactions with exclusive bonuses, join my Asha Media TV Club. The link is in the description box below. Now, here's my afterthoughts of this episode of Supernatural.
Oh boy, okay people, well I think it's safe to say that this is a true, absolute first for me in seeing an episode like this that I could remember. The only other show that has a similar format with supernatural stuff per episode is Grimm, and that's, I don't remember every episode, so there could have been one that addressed imaginary friends, but since I can't remember for now, at this moment, this is the first time I've ever seen it addressed this way. It's actually so good to watch. It's so layered with all kinds of stuff. This would make for a really good analysis for psychology students. This one episode, because it addresses so many things that kind of reflects back for me for Psych 101, as far as I got. But I would totally recommend this. So if you are, in school, and you happen to be taking psychology, this is an episode you can use. I suggest it. That's what makes this such a unique episode unto itself, aside from the fact that I'm happy that it revolved around more backstory to understand Sam's psyche just a bit more than before, and then how it ties back to what he feels now commissioned to do, and you have Sully advocating for him to do what he believes is right or what he believes he needs the bravery to do, and I think that's just really good. Well, also too, I can't deny the sense of humor in this. I could see you're gonna get a variety of viewers. More or less, I could see where there is that dividing line of what's entertaining and what's not. And I'm a sucker for silly humor, so for me, it's more on the plus side when it comes to the humor. Dean's reaction to it actually enhanced the episode. So I think at best, if you didn't like the humor with the characters of these imaginary people, you can empathize and side with Dean and his snarky look at things on some level, right? But then having him recognize their value, especially for Sam, was a nice touch, and that definitely added more to this episode. I'm looking at the candy table, marshmallow on nachos, and there's like Skittles, I think, on top of it. I'm just looking at this whole plate, this whole tray of food. Oh, is that creme brulee? That looks good there. I have a sweet tooth, but not that sweet. Oh my goodness. Anyway, feel free to leave in the comments what's the most sweetest, rich, full of this kind of stuff you've ever attempted to eat. I'm trying to think back. What's the worst I've ever tried to eat? I think it was a 10-layer. Yeah, it was a 10-layer cake. It's a long time ago. And it was like 10 layers. It was huge. And it just had every type of chocolate stuff. Oh my God. I took one bite and I thought I was going to throw up. It was just too much. It's not part of my diet. But yeah, that's as far as I got. But that was fun. I'm impressed, people. I'm impressed. It's 2 episodes in a row with a filler type thing that had a very strong and nicely executed message and layers of it that I can't even really touch on because this would be like, a 5-hour-long video considering how long-winded I get. But it was really good. Really good episode. So this is rewatchable because the sense of humor is fun. So I'm going to give it 5 Ashamojis. I think it's excellent. Because this could have really been a total miss. If you didn't have good actors, like the guy who plays Sully, he was phenomenal. And if you didn't have just the right amount of believability of the situation rather than mocking it. Because there are shows that could unfortunately try to tell a story like this, but it comes off really bad. And these succeeded where I think they were trying to achieve, whatever they were trying to achieve, they succeeded. It's a very good episode. Excellent. excellent. And I'd like to rewatch it just to see more of the situation with Sam. But yeah, so speaking of that now, that line where he's describing what he believes the visions mean, I don't know, now I'm really like, oh, that sounds really crazy. Even though, yes, we have the whole thing of God being an asshole, I've made the choice ever since I found out that he's God to think that, okay, if they keep saying those lines, then maybe Chuck has a really good reason, and there's more to it than that for me as a viewer to connect to God in a good way, right? Because it's natural and almost realistic that you would have characters like Dean and all that bash God, the world bashing God for all the terrible things happening in the world, but then I'm putting the onus on the show to legitimize or to give Chuck a good reason for what he's doing, as somewhat of a reason you would give for if there was a God, why he allows what he allows in the world. If you have that belief system. It's too much to go into that, but the point is, I'm now suspicious, like Dean, like maybe it's not God after all. But then, if it's not God and it is Lucifer, how is it Lucifer? Because he's been in the cage the whole time, and why they would have to give me a really good reason how it's possible then that he's getting visions from Lucifer. If that's the case, if Lucifer never had the power to do that in the first place from beforehand, unless it's, I mean, the only thing it could be tied to is the darkness. Is releasing the darkness somehow empowering for Lucifer? Well, I guess you could say that. I guess that could be the case, now that I think about it. Because Lucifer is a representative of all things bad. And darkness is supposed to be bad. And the only thing I could think of is maybe darkness herself being in hell. Maybe she had some kind of influence that they haven't shown on screen. But maybe she did something. Maybe she went to the cage and taunted him. Maybe she wants him out so she can have her confrontation. Ooh, I didn't think of that. And it's something they're not showing till they show it. Okay. Wacky theory. Rein it in. That's a wrap. That's a wrap. I really enjoyed this episode. It's very surprising. I think it just might hit my top 10 of episodes of SPN. I gotta go look at my list again, see if it beats anything, but I don't think so. But I can't deny still it's a very good episode. Okay. That's all I got. That's all I got. So, there you have it. Those are my afterthoughts for episode 8 from the 11th season of Supernatural. If you want access to my reactions way earlier than what you're seeing here on YouTube, join my club. Link is in the description box below for you. But until I see you again for my reaction and afterthoughts for episode 9, I'm tuning out. Peacing out. Goodbye.
Thank you so much for watching. Be sure to subscribe and check out my other videos.